Hello and welcome to Weekly MTG, the only news show from inside the building. But we don't have a ton of news today because we're going to have a little fun. We have a few more guests than normal. So with us today to draft Mystery Booster Convention Edition, we have Aaron Forsythe, Matt Tabak, Elaine Chase, myself, Steve Sunu, and in the hot seat, we have Mark Heggen. So we'll talk a little bit more about the draft in a second, but before we get there, Steve's going to do the news.
I'm back and I'm doing the news. That's right, the segment is back. Get ready, because if you missed it, the Mythic Championship happened over the course of the weekend. Let's take a look at the top 8 bracket. You can see the bracket here. Obviously, the finals, Andre Strosky took it in 5 games, an incredible nail-biter of a finals. If you have not seen the Game 4 of that finals, I would highly recommend that you watch it on our YouTube channel or on video on demand on Twitch. It was a really incredible top 8 finals full of some pretty incredible moments, pretty big nail biters there in a lot of the matches, especially the semis and the finals. Congratulations to all of the competitors at Mythic Championship 8. Congratulations to the entire top 8, and congratulations to Andre Strosky for winning his first Mythic Championship. There were a few other things that happened this week, including a banning for Pioneer on Monday. Aaron, what was that ban, actually, since you're here?
Veil of Summer.
Veil of Summer is banned in Pioneer. And if you are interested in more ban and restricted news, you will be able to find out more this coming Monday, November 18th, in which we will have a regular banning in the morning time for all of the formats that we normally do bannings for. And in the afternoon time, you will see a regular cadence banned and restricted announcement for Pioneer. We do those whether we have a ban that day or not.
People love banning so much for doing twice a day.
It's true, twice a day. You heard it here first.
Monday.
Everybody loves them.
Come back.
According to Aaron Forsythe,
Steve,
please come on back.
Just to be clear, we get lunch first, though.
It's
I
true,
was
we
gonna
get
say
lunch.
lunch
Everybody
first,
gets
yeah.
lunch
Where
first.
is lunch?
Yeah,
on
lunch,
Monday?
lunch is first.
As long as we get to eat.
I think we have to avoid last week's.
That said, the last thing we have this week, if you are a fan of MPL Weekly, we've got a bracket for you as well. It is the bracket of the Emerald Division, which you will see this Saturday on MPL Weekly. In the upper finals, we've got Carlos Romeo versus Brad Nelson, and in the lower semifinals, we've got Mike Sigris versus Marcio Carvalho. Those will go to, of course, the lower finals, followed by the grand finals, best of 3 matches to see who is going to get that precious Day 2 bye for the upcoming Mythic Championship on Magic the Gathering Arena. Tune in, don't miss it. But the biggest piece of news that we had this week, arguably, is that we revealed a lot more about Mystery Booster.
Well, we revealed all the things about Mystery
We did
Booster.
indeed.
If you were fortunate enough to be at the Mythic Championship or Magic Fest last weekend, you might have gotten to try out the Mystery Booster.
I did.
You did.
I did.
You did. You
I
did.
did too.
Yeah, so we've assembled a crack team here. There are 6 of us of varying degrees of knowledge of the set. So
That's a good way to
Elaine,
put it.
how many events did you do?
I played in 4 sealed flights, including the premier one,
Yep.
and 1 draft.
Okay.
So, but I did not look at any card lists. So, as far as I'm concerned, anything could be in
Anything could be in here. Steve, how many did you do?
I think I did about 5 drafts on site, which
Okay.
was they were all really fun. Props to all of my folks in the draft pods that I did, but it was great, and I saw a lot of stuff.
There are many, many things
There are
in this
things.
set. There are
And
things.
stuff, audience.
And our feature drafter, Mark Heggen, knows none of them.
None. I can name like 3-4 cards in the set tops.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting. So what's going to happen? We're going to follow Mark's draft. We're all going to be drafting. This is what Ariel would you say this is? You guys are former judges.
A quick question.
Yeah.
Are we locked into these seats, or can I sit to Mark's left?
No.
No reason. Just asking.
Before the show, Aaron was very excited about the prospect of basically a face-up draft from Mark here.
Because if there's anyone at this table who doesn't need the handicap, it's Aaron Forsythe.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'll take it.
Yeah. So Mark is going to be talking through his picks. We're going to talk through our picks sometimes when we open something cool, but we're going to follow Mark every pick along the way, and we'll lay out his picks. And we'll
talk
go from
about the
there.
set, too.
We'll talk about the set. Yeah. If you have questions for anyone here, feel free to put them in chat, and I'll get to them as we can. I'll be busy drafting blue cards, but I'll still try to do that. So,
That's right.
blue,
you
you
like
say.
blue.
I like blue cards. So, Form of the Multi-Drifter, back.
They're
Yeah,
good
if
mall
I could-
drifters.
Honestly, if I open a Form of the Mall Drifter in Pack 2 and I can pass it to you, just see the look on your face, I want
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's the dream.
All right, so we are going to get started. Mark, take it away.
Okay. Here we
Hey,
go.
Mark. Before we get started, I just want to say real quick, Agent G is on assignment, wherever you are. Some beautiful love out to Agent G, Gavin Verhey.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So Gavin was the main force behind this set.
Yep.
And
He did want to be here.
He wanted to be
Yeah.
here. He couldn't be. We would have
He's
had
on
him on
assignment.
this. Yes.
And that's all we'll say about that.
You could probably follow him on Twitter and find out exactly where he is.
He ate a banana today.
He's in a volcano somewhere eating bananas. Who knows?
Okay. All right, Mark, what'd you open up?
I have no idea what is going on here. Okay, I have a playtest card.
What is the name of that playtest card?
Visitor from Planet Q. So this is an alien. Let me get my head around this. Okay.
Huh, that's interesting.
Can I just say in the Mystery Booster
Yep.
format, I'm not going to take this card, but I'm just going to say that I do have it.
Yeah.
Meddling Mage is an exceptionally cruel card in this format.
Yes.
Because
Name a card.
what do
no
I
idea what to
name?
name.
So,
But you can name any man. There's like
Yeah.
an equal possibility that you could see it.
Yes, there's only like 1,600 choices.
there is. So, while Mark,
Yep.
I'm slamming something. So, while Mark is considering what he's got in his
Yeah.
pack, I'm slamming an Elishnorn Grand Cenobite.
Well, mine
Just-
is not nearly as exciting as that.
Someone in chat was asking who's going to force white. It's going to be me, clearly.
God.
I think this might be the draft where I attempt to force burn because I drafted a very famous card in Magic the Gathering's history, and that would be the 1 mana deal 3 damage to any target spell Lightning Bolt. Yeah.
All right, Mark, take us through what you're
Yeah.
thinking.
Well, I have an ultimatum.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And everyone's immediately like, oh.
Yeah, so I have a violent ultimatum.
Just make sure if you draft an ultimatum, you want that in your main deck. If you leave it in your sideboard, bad things can happen to you.
It's true.
Hi, Elaine. How are you?
Yeah, how does this work again? You want the good cards.
Right.
Yeah, you want to take the
Look,
good
Mark,
cards.
I always say the good cards are
Okay.
for people that can't win with bad cards. So, you know.
Okay, I feel like I also have what's supported in it's all the mechanics, right? All
It's-
the mechanics
it is,
have supported
it's-
in
there's-
this.
yeah.
Everything we've ever done is in this set.
Okay, I am going to.
You're pulling out a couple blue cards there.
Yeah, there's
it
some
looks
blue
like.
cards.
All right.
I
There's
like your style.
I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what? One of the cards I know about has counters on it, so I'm gonna start off with.
A deep glow skate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Aaron's like, not going to happen.
All right, so what is we got deep glow skate up on? Oh, we
Yep.
got it up on the screen.
Oh, there
Everyone
it
at
is.
home, we'd like to thank you for joining us for our authentic
Yeah.
drafting
Yeah.
experience.
This is basically the Mythic Championship.
Just like you do it at home.
And I feel like I'm gonna get paid off for this.
So Mark, you're looking for things with
Yeah,
counters
counter
on them
things.
now.
Counter things?
Now, Elaine, you were talking before the show. You had an interesting counter set up in one of your events.
Yeah, so I played one of the games that I had two Thopterbirds, two Thrumming Birds,
Mm-hmm.
two Thrumming Birds, and serrated arrows. So that was really good because the Thrumming Bird lets me just proliferate every
Yep.
time it does the damage. And so
Okay.
you take one of the counters off, you
So
put it on a creature.
It's a lot of arrows.
It's a lot of arrows. And when you just need to put one, and then it
Yep.
turns into 3. Pretty good.
Self-replicating arrows.
I'm very curious what you took over this rare. Elaine.
Oh, my.
I'm not going to ask.
So,
you
Okay.
do
so
you.
I,
do you.
I will. So the rare was the rare in that pack it's three Gs.
It is. It
So
is.
which is
It is
really,
very
really
mana
heavy.
intensive. Yeah.
So one thing I found in playing this a whole bunch of times is fixing is really strong
Okay.
because there's a really good chance in pack 2 and 3 that you open up something absolutely insane.
Right.
Sure.
So going with fixing is pretty strong. So I took a playtest card that was a fixing playtest card.
Ah.
I took fixing that isn't sane.
Yeah?
A card called Coveted Jewels. Anyone heard of this?
Oh
magic
yeah.
I know this magic card.
card? I did not know this was a real magic card.
All right, Mark. What are you looking at?
Well, most of all, I'm looking at my playtest card, which is one with death. Very powerful.
It has
It's
one
a-
line of text
It's a
on it.
game. It's a game winner for someone involved. But instead, I'm going.
100%
With,
of the time, someone wins the game.
yeah. Instead, I'm going with one of my personal favorite magic cards, Stunt Double.
Okay.
Flash clone.
Yeah, you just whatever your favorite creature is, now you have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Flash clones. That's where I'm going.
Very nice. Very nice. So, okay, so you're doubling up on blue cards.
Yeah. I will let you know there's a lot of good things in here that maybe you'll like.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I like a lot of Magic cards,
See-
Elaine. I've been playing a very long time. Oh, and this.
Look
So
at this.
one of the So
Told you
Aaron,
guys, told you.
Aaron's early involvement in this set was he was actually one of the people to help Gavin first do the first batch of playtest cards as kind of a proof of concept.
Right.
And one of them actually was Bone Rattler. So I'm not going to pick it. Maybe it'll get on camera so that Mark can see it. But Aaron, you want to talk about that card a little bit?
In general, I'm a pretty good Gavin filter. He's got tons of ideas, and he comes to me with many of them. And is this going to work? Is this going to work? I was very intrigued by the idea of these playtest cards, and I understood what he was going for with the idea, and I felt like there is a space between uncards, which are trying to accomplish something very specific in how they play out, conspiracies and other formats we played, and just complete and ridiculous nonsense.
Right.
There's a sweet spot that's in between all those that can make for some very entertaining objects.
Right.
And so I designed many of the first batch just to like send out to the rest of the department of like, this is what we're aiming for. So Sliv Mizzet was one of those, the Tybalt Planeswalker is one of those, and this Bone Rattler, which puts reassembling skeletons into your graveyard.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically what I did with the set, and then just once we set the direction, just stood back and watch it happen.
So one slightly more high-profile card that makes these new token cards is Time Sidewalk, which was illustrated by Steve
Steve
Sooner.
Really?
So there was a player at Richmond who had drafted a Time Sidewalk. Now this puts 4 token copies of Time Walk into your graveyard if it's in your opening hand. So a lot of people asked at Richmond, what do I do for these token copies? And in most cases, it was just like, use basic lands, communicate with your opponents, they know what's going on. This guy went over to Artist Alley and do you remember which artist it was?
I don't remember.
Okay, actually had him draw on 4 artist proofs, 4 time walks, just sketched 4 time walks out.
Time walk tokens.
And yeah.
And as I recall, that player actually got to use those tokens as well, which was insane that actually got to happen.
Oh,
That's
one
in
with
your opening hand.
right. One with death has gotten all the way to me. Quelle surprise.
So there is a combo with that in the set that Gavin told me about.
Yes.
Hive Mind. Hive Mind is in the set. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Mark, what are you doing?
I'm taking Vigor because it puts counters on your stuff.
Oh,
Very good.
plus
Right?
deep
Cuts.
deep
Very good.
deep
Cut
sure
skate.
deep
Lock in
no.
early and
Cut skate.
often. That's what I say. Lock in.
Also a very good card.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll just take a moment to call out, like, if you guys think, like, it's just such a treat to open a pack and see a card like this frame Shrouded Lore. I don't know, it just takes you back. It's like, it's been so long since I've never even seen these cards anymore, let alone fresh out of a pack.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know,
There's
nothing like it.
My pre-M15 card was from Mercadian Masks, and it had the Rhystic ability on it.
Right.
It was not Rhystic Study,
Right.
but it had the everybody sacrifices a permanent unless you pay 2. I'm like, oh, that's adorable.
Okay, all right, here's
Yeah, and we didn't, other than the little Planeswalker symbol in the bottom left, we didn't touch the cards. They are as they originally appeared in whatever set they come from.
Yeah, this is that card that Aaron was talking about a little bit earlier, that Bone Rattler. Let me pull it up. Great illustration, by the way. Yeah, so this is the one that puts, it's like a very, it's like a digital mechanic, right? It's like putting things into your graveyard. It makes sense in a way we just never could normally do it.
Objects that aren't part of the game.
Yeah.
How's everyone else doing? You guys
Good.
stuff?
Good.
All right.
Good stuff.
Mark, I
Okay.
saw that Caged Sun made it all the way to you.
Yeah,
which-
check it out. Here we
Yeah.
go.
I got this card that says I lose the game.
Yeah.
That seems like
I
not
recommend
a
you
good
take it.
card.
Yeah.
It's,
It's a combo with Hive Mind.
Yep. All right. So
I'm trying to think of what I could use it with in here, and I just don't know what it could be.
as Blake pointed out, we have Caged Sun, which oh my God, there's some other good stuff in here.
Yeah,
Holy
there's-
cow! Wait a
there's-
minute. I got
you
excited.
just blew right past
Yeah,
that.
it's just like, oh, Cage Sun, don't need to look at
Sun.
anything else.
Okay.
Except, those cards.
Meddling Mage does gain a few points when we're all basically drafting face up. and
Yeah.
talking
I mean,
about
that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Better-
Bone Rattler.
Aaron stays silent during this portion. He's like, I don't know what I'm drafting.
Better in this like nouveau Rochester draft we have invented here.
Okay, I'm gonna take.
We call this stream draft.
Stream draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reflector Mage is.
We banned that
There's
card.
nothing like it. So here you go.
I don't know what's on the
Keeping that.
line when we play later this afternoon, but I want it.
Fair enough.
Just blanket.
Ooh, okay.
statement there.
Oh my God, look at that. So when the idea first came out that we were going to have various people kind of illustrate some of these playtest cards, I think we all imagined, it'll be like stick figures, like funny stick figures wearing, Abe Lincoln hats or whatever.
Sure.
And then we
I got you covered, dude.
There's like, we forgot about the half of the building, which is like professional world-class
Yeah,
artists.
we hire artists
We left
to, yeah.
This is not a playtest card. This looks like illustration.
The line I put into the release notes for the playtest cards, which was written by Eli Schiffer, and I was the editor, and I inserted a joke there talking about the playtest card art, that they're all done by Wizards of the Coast employees, from the incredibly talented to the incredibly available.
Accurate.
I've taken a Squid Napper.
I thought so,
which is a
too.
playtest card. This is a 5-drop Squid Pirate.
Well, you
I mean,
gotta
that
go
alone.
with
You
Squid
need to
Pirates.
get
I
to
just
Yeah,
stopped
yeah,
reading there.
You need to read the rest.
It has the ransom mechanic, the very famous ransom mechanic.
So what is that? Ransom
There.
6 and let's
So-
see, enters the battlefield, gain control of target
Yeah,
creature
ransom
opponent
is from a
controls
different
until it leaves-
playtest card called Frogkin Kidnapper.
Sure.
Which I think has the second or third most adorable art in the set.
Thank you. And yeah, you are exiling stuff out of your opponent's hands, but then they can buy it back for 3. So later, it's like a temporary hand destruction. So.
Amusingly, there are 2 different ransom abilities
Oh, yeah, it's
among
true.
the playtest cards.
It's true, okay.
Ransom appears twice, and it means something different each
On
time.
both cards?
Yes,
There's a template in
they're
there,
just
but-
different mechanics. So I was the editor for the playtest cards, so it was a kind of
Yeah.
tricky balance between making them look like they got 8 minutes of attention, but no more.
Okay.
So the way I achieved this was by giving each of them 6 minutes of attention,
Right.
and it worked out. So there are
Okay, here we go.
not exact templates on a lot of the cards. One very popular question I got constantly while at Richmond was, do any of the playtest cards represent things that we will see in the future in other sets?
Right.
Ooh.
And while we didn't really answer the question, I said, well, in some cases, it's very possible. And in other cases, very obviously no.
It's up to you to
up to
figure out
you
which
to
one
decide.
is which. Yeah.
I will leave that as an exercise for the player.
People locked into color. How confident are people?
I'm
I'm not at all.
I'm
confident in
not.
my
I'm
colors.
pretty darn confident.
pretty
Yeah?
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'm
I'm
into, I
not
might
at
have, I
all.
might have a splash working. We'll see.
I found some blue cards, so I'm good.
Okay.
I don't know.
Step
What
one.
are you doing over there, Mark?
I don't know. I have. Yeah, I'm heading in a blue direction. Don't tell Blake. And,
Don't let anybody know.
yeah,
La, la,
I think
la,
it's
la.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be blue-white control, and then we're gonna get to
Blue-white control, splash for vigor.
splash for
Obviously.
vigor.
Yeah,
and
clearly.
see
Obviously.
where that
Vigor.
goes.
Obviously.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
This visitor from Planet Q has arrived, done a couple orbits, and has yet to find a home.
Aw.
Okay.
It's kind of sad.
We'll get there.
really.
We'll get
Chili
there.
bee.
A little chill bringer.
Yeah, a little
Chili
Chillbringer.
bee.
It's kind of sad, really.
Love that one.
Okay.
Oh, Edward. Hey, Edward.
I just don't have any other creature cards with flash right now. And I'm not super confident that I'm going to be able to.
Are there
pick.
creatures with flash in
Two
this set?
boosters to go.
Who knows? Who can say?
Might be, they just might not say it.
Right. And even if they are in the set, we may not open them. So one of the cool things about this set is you could mathematically do a table of 8 and have no duplicates.
Yep.
Right.
Blake, have you met my good friend Edward? Edward Trailhawk?
Oh, you. Okay, you're here still.
Yes, I am.
I remember early on when the ideas were being thrown around for what this set would be, there was this idea of like, there was a lot of discussion around different ways to get to a thing that felt like, to make what you just said be true.
Yeah.
So it's like collation techniques or things we could do with the forms. And then at some point we're like, or we could just put like a billion cards in it. Like if that's big enough, it basically does that
It
for
just
us.
does that, yeah.
And I think that's ended up pretty much where we landed. Okay.
Trinket Mage.
Trinket Mage.
Trinket Mage.
He's going for that soul
There
ring
was
wall.
there
There's a
was
Soul
a
Ring in the set,
yep,
right? There's
there is a
All right,
Soul Ring
well-
is in the set.
Well,
yeah.
I know what I'm
You
searching up
could
for
get there.
with my Trinket Mage.
I had a Soul Ring in one of my drafts at Richmond. It
How-
was great.
I believe you.
I'm sure it was.
Okay. Lead Instructor.
Blade Instructor, that puts counters on
Right,
things.
right. It's all
Yep.
coming together.
That's
Screw it up.
different than what
Oh,
who
look,
taught Blake
I found
in
a
high
one
school?
mana artifact. I'm going to take that.
which is
Uh-oh.
Blake
Which one?
instructors.
It's Fountain of Renewal.
Oh, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
it's circled the table a couple times.
Now, the real question is, did we manage to draft a booster successfully, and everyone has the same number of cards?
Same number of
Yeah,
cards,
that's the
last
hard part.
pick.
I think we did it.
I think we did it.
it.
Woohoo!
No picks are on the floor.
Yeah.
So I
We
had
did
my,
it.
Okay.
my last card was a dinosaur hunter. I'm not sure how many dinosaurs are in this set.
Oh.
here.
I saw at least one.
A
But if
number
you
of
guys have
changelings.
dinosaurs,
Watch out.
Watch
Watch
out,
out.
everybody.
Lane's got her sideboard
Watch out.
ready.
Okay, are we ready for the
Yep.
second pack?
we are.
Second pack.
Okay.
I have.
Go ahead.
I don't
When
know
you
what
said-
you guys are doing, but I have 3 rares in my deck.
When you
That's
said,
so
when you said
many.
Dinosaur Hunter, I thought that might have been a dig at me and Aaron, but
Come on.
I'm happy
Okay.
it's not the case.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. I see what you're.
Oh,
I see what you're doing, Mark.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, splash for vigor, like I said.
splash for vigor. Okay,
Yeah,
now
just need a little bit of fixing.
Okay, I got
What?
another black playtest card, which feels dramatic. Okay, this is Buried Ogre, Zombie Ogre. At the beginning, you begin the game. You may begin the game with card name in your graveyard. If you do, you lose 1 life. Interesting. All right, so there's kind of a lot of ways to get these things in your graveyard.
I swear to you, I've never seen this rare before in my life.
What is it?
This is from Commander 2016,
Uh-huh.
the Boom Pile.
Oh.
Yes,
Boom
boom.
pile.
Not familiar.
Pile.
Not
4 mana
familiar.
artifact, tap, flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy all non-land permanents.
Boom pile.
The Boom
Oh,
Pile.
yeah.
Boom pile.
Pile of booms.
Well,
Oh.
I
Here comes
am
the boom.
taking this mimic that.
Well, so
So if my Elish Norn dies,
The Boom Pile showing
can
up
put it
soon
on
in
against
a
the
pile of
fest every
cards
turn.
Aaron's going to look at.
So when I was talking earlier about how you could just open something, in
Yeah.
another pack, it's
Yeah.
just like you want to do it. So
Yeah.
now I'm playing red.
okay.
All right.
Because I open the red god.
Perforos God
Yes,
of the Forge.
yeah,
that
so
card seems.
It seems pretty good.
Thanks.
fine.
So
that's
I
mean,
think
that's
I'm
mean
gonna.
to people at the
kick
table
it.
that are already in red.
Well,
That's so mean.
I
Wait,
mean,
you're playing
yeah.
red now?
Now I'm playing
On the
red.
top,
Like
okay.
heavy red? What are
Well,
we talking
it's only
Right.
got
I mean,
it's
it
only
needs
got 1 red,
devotion- yeah,
but it's got
it's got
devotion, which is
devotion.
God of the Forge.
yeah.
All right, Blake.
Okay.
Here, a gift.
Oh, look, Factor Fiction.
gift.
I guess I will look at the rest of this pack.
Wow.
This is
A gift, sir.
a fantastic
A gift.
playtest card, the Grand Tour.
Do you guys know
This
Tasty?
pack
Have
has-
you guys seen the Tasty mechanic?
The tasty.
I opened Seasoned Weaponsmith, which is like a bird warrior. It's a 5/2 with Tasty. This creature can be
good.
attacked directly. If it is attacked, it can't block creatures that didn't attack it.
Sure. Okay.
Can block creatures that did attack.
Taste it.
Wait, what?
Okay. So,
Exactly.
This creature can be attacked directly.
Yeah,
if it
use
is
it.
attacked, it can't block creatures that
So-
didn't attack it.
So
just
it can.
strategically, if it is attacked directly, do you block with it?
Yeah, can it get out of the way of itself?
I don't.
Matt Tabak.
If it doesn't, if it chooses
Yes.
not to block,
Sorry, there's rules questions. How
if
can I
they-
help you?
If a creature attacks my Seasoned Weaponsmith,
Can I see the card?
Yeah,
please?
yeah. if they attack it, and then I.
Yes, this creature can be attacked directly. If it is attacked, it can't block creatures that didn't attack it.
So
okay.
if you attack it with,
Yes,
with
I'm
let's say,
attacking
a
it.
bear cub, can I then declare no blocks and it goes through and hits me as the player, or will it hit my bird?
attacking the weaponsmith, that is great art. Oh my goodness. Can we? Is that card up?
it's
okay,
up.
there.
It's
Okay,
up.
it's
Been
got
up for a while. Yeah.
That's so fantastic. So the weaponsmith is gonna block the creature that attacked
Okay.
it.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to take Mind Spring instead.
Gee, I wonder why.
But I appreciate the rules.
What?
After all of that,
Okay.
There are some amazing cards here in not my colors.
Holy cow. All right.
I mean,
are you a pack behind? You're a pack behind.
I'm drafting on pace.
No, see,
No,
Aaron
you're not.
doesn't
He
have a
already
pack.
passed it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a pack right there.
Okay,
This is your
Matt.
rewind the tape.
Matt.
Sean, can we rewind the tape?
No.
Is that capable?
No, that's
we don't
not
have
a thing.
that
We're
capability.
not.
From the top.
Places, people.
I just opened your
Okay.
Suspicious Bookcase and Metamorphose and Deep Analysis. again, this is such a fun, just as a Magic fan, this is such a fun thing to open, and you're kind of forced to like just come to terms with like why you love what you love and what you've done with your life and like what means what. I don't know. It's just Suspicious Bookcase. What a lovable card.
It is a very lovable
Manamorphose.
card.
Like it's just so great to see these things next to each other.
Deep Analysis. You could probably pass that
A
one.
lot
There's
of
nothing-
talking
yeah,
over there,
there's
people.
nothing
Can we
like
draft a
this,
little faster here?
Okay.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matt.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
Spy Kit is in here.
Ooh, the Grand Tour. So this is
No.
the Grand Tour. Have you guys all seen this? This is one
Yes.
of the playtest cards.
Amazing card.
It's
This is an Ethan Fleischer
Special.
special.
yeah.
I don't know if he did the art also. I know he does.
He did. Oh yeah.
He did the whole thing.
Yep. I think he called it early. Is it? Yeah. I'll let people read this. You got to read it to believe it.
Ooh.
I heard you like triggers. Do you like triggers?
Like Douse
Okay.
Blue is in here, and Moment of Craving.
Yeah. It's like figure.
3-mana version and the 2-mana version. of the same
Gotta
card.
douse both.
You got to get some consistency across the set.
Sometimes two toughness creatures need to go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Blake.
Yeah.
This stone is your stone. This stone is mine stone.
No.
Oh,
No.
No, Steve.
Why?
You gotta stop.
Why?
Go, Steve, go.
You guys.
Producer says it's okay.
What is why?
Oh my God. Okay. So here's a playtest card. I haven't seen this one. It's called Truth or Dare. Have you guys seen this sorcery?
I opened that one. Yeah.
Target opponent chooses one. Truth, that player plays with their hand revealed for the rest of the game. Hilarious. Or Dare, mill all but the bottom 10 cards of that player's library.
Did you say mill?
Yeah, mill.
Mill.
You know,
What does
What does
that
that mean?
Mr.
Matt,
Chocolate.
what does that mean?
right here.
Well, in fact,
mill.
Steve, to mill, put the top card of that library into its owner's graveyard.
Intriguing. It's like I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. So, I don't know.
For the record, I took the scenes in Weaponsmith to go with my
Okay,
newly
good.
found love of red.
Cacaw.
And I mean, that art is super cute.
It is super cute.
Let's see. So I just opened Whelming Wave, and now I'm like, have I
Not
taken
even
any
yeah.
octopi?
Can we put up Reassembling Skeleton for just a second? No reason. I think it'd just be a fun card to look at right now.
Wait a second. I have one. I can
Scope it. Do you? What's its type on?
Skeleton Warrior.
Okay, it's a warrior.
Warrior. Yep.
That's what I was wondering.
And as we know, cowards can't block warriors.
No reason. I'm just,
Okay.
Curious.
Pass.
You know me.
Ha 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 ha
Okay.
ha ha.
Like, I guess you just play you just trigger boom pile like every turn.
You just get to keep flipping
Eventually-
coins.
Eventually
Eventually
it
it'll
works.
It'll
work.
hit eventually.
Eventually it works.
Maybe.
I definitely won't lose this mana crypt flip.
Maybe. Your odds are always
No
the same.
guarantees. No
Yeah.
guarantees. You're not doomed or anything like that.
Aaron, do you think you've
Flipped 5 tails in a row. What are the odds the next one tails? It's, just, it's like 0% basically, right?
Yeah, that's how odds work.
I
Yeah,
think so.
this is definitely.
think we're-
that's how math
We're
works.
we're
That's what I've
off.
heard.
Why are we off? Who's off?
I'm
Okay.
off.
Okay.
Are we better now?
Are we on?
Sorry.
I don't know. Our featured drafter doesn't have a pack, so.
So we should wait.
So Mark, how you doing? How was your weekend?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we just-
Any questions? So
Why
far,
don't Mark?
Blake?
Why don't you look at? Why don't we go down to your picks?
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now he's
Sorry, I
got a
missed
pack.
So
it.
now he's got.
now he's got a pack.
Okay.
Of course. Now we will.
Did we just stop giving him cards?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So there's
We
so,
all no. See, that's this set. We were all so focused on our own picks.
Yep.
You have a Yavimaya Embrace down there?
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, to
course.
go with your Vigor Splash.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like
Obviously.
yeah. I'm like
Obviously, Blake.
Yeah.
okay.
Blake.
Will I ever get the city's blessing? Who knows? But I'll try.
What is the
Good.
city's
Set
blessing,
does
Matt
have
J-Mac?
10
I
permanents.
was the I was the monarch in one of our matches over the weekend.
If you are ever the monarch and have the city's blessing,
What do you just win the game?
there's some sort of achievement. For
I
that,
think,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
You get a diplomatic victory.
yeah. Aaron, Elaine, do you guys, of all the cards in the set, what % of them do you think you've cast at least once before in your lives?
Oh, in our lives.
Yeah, like in your
Oh, that's a good question.
Like high 80s, I guess.
high. Okay.
A lot, not as much as Aaron, because I had a little blackout period for cards, but there were a lot of good oldies in there.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I remember this card. This card was great.
Speaking of oldies, I'm really tempted to just take this Ron Spencer Bear Cub from Portal,
Yeah.
just because it's adorable and it has
It
the
is really cute.
it has the attack and defend symbols
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what was originally printed.
I'm not in green, but I'm taking that card.
In all honesty, even though this feels like anything could be in here, I mean, this was a curated list. And
Yep.
Yeah.
It was built with draft in mind. So a lot of the like unplayable in draft cards that require a constructed deck to function, or just like super narrow, weird cards that no one would play, aren't in here. So if you have
Right.
played limited a decent amount, you should have cast many of these.
Yep.
Right. And like the percentage of removal cards you'd expect in a draft environment is represented. You know, you're
Yeah.
gonna get as
That's why you have both Douse and Gloom and
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moment of craving.
yes.
So the thing that feels really good to me about playing it, though, is that the Chaos Draft is super fun. But the problem I always have with Chaos Draft is like there's a huge percentage of the cards in any given pack
that are just
Right.
unusable.
unusable
Right.
because it's not in the rest of the block.
Yep.
Right.
This really just feels like a Chaos Draft or Chaos Sealed with like all of those cards not in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, they're like energy cards and stuff, but they all function fine by themselves. You
Right.
can get multiples of them and get cool stuff happening, but if you don't and you just have
Right.
an energy card, it usually is one of the ones that spends the energy of its own volition.
like this High Tide Hermit, which could give me 4 energy.
All right,
But just
Mark,
have
how's your deck looking?
It's good. I think it's getting better. It's a
Okay.
good sign, right? It's getting
Get-
better as
that
I add more
should
cards
be
to
getting
it.
better.
That's what should happen during the course
You
of
got
the
you
draft.
got a bunch of green fixing in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm excited about some of these playtest cards. We'll see if they can do anything for me.
So one of Riri70 in chat asks, "What's a chaos draft? Who wants to explain a
So
chaos
Chaos Draft.
draft?"
So imagine you're sitting around the table with your friends, and you want to boost your draft, but you have basically random boosters. So everyone's got like, I've got a Guilds of Ravnica booster and a Starter 99 booster. Seems unlikely. And whatever sets you have around, you just throw them into one big draft. So not every drafter at the table is going to open up the same boosters. Some of them are going to be blocked by Aaron's head. Some of them are going to be. You're good. These chairs make us all appear to be about the same height, which I find personally galling. So it's just draft whatever you have. So the cards from across blocks, across eras are kind of thrown together, and it's chaos.
Yeah.
So Mystery Booster really kind of captures the spirit of Chaos Draft with all of these cards from all these different sets, but in a really well-crafted Dark Steel Garrison? Seriously? Really well-crafted way.
All right, Mark, what are you looking at?
Well, I got memory erosion.
Seems-
I'm helpless
seems
to
okay.
resist. Helpless to resist.
He loves milling people.
I can't. I just can't. I can't not mill. Bajuka Bog, Ravenous Chupacabra.
What is that green card?
This is
It's one of
Anna
the older
Sanctuary.
cards. Okay.
Anna. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Control blue and black permanents.
Blue and black, and then it pumps your creatures. If you have a blue and a black, they get +5/+5. Some crazy stuff. Let's not kid
There was
ourselves.
one more. So
Well,
It
you
was
can't
you
both
all
be
along.
fascinated.
Memory erosion. Okay.
We're going left.
Oh, oops.
Have you guys drafted before? I didn't explain.
I just
Also-
lost track
Mark,
of where we
normally I
were.
would want to pass you some really sweet cards in your colors, right?
Sure.
Because like it's cool.
Yep.
I want you to know this is the card that I took. This card is
Can you
Rhystic Study
Rhystic
from
Study.
Prophecy.
Oh.
I took that card
Oh,
first because
boy.
I'm also in a light blue splash. But I think you'll still find some pretty good things for you in that
I
pack.
wish I had the Rhystic, but
In that pack.
it's an Experiment 5. What the?
Ancient Ziggurat.
So the playtest card in this pack, I'd like to point out, I'm not going to take it, but it is Stack of Paperwork. This one's fun. I did write this reminder text, so I'm proud of this. When card enters battlefield, draw a card. Combat damage uses the stack. It's an enchantment. It says combat damage uses the stack with the reminder
Gosh.
text. Combat damage assignment can be responded to before damage is dealt. You know, like it used to. There was a version of this
I
where
told
it's
you
like,
it's a pretty sweet
Yeah, so I'm
pack.
like going through it.
I was like,
I'm like, all right, Farseek, Mana Leak,
Oh, good
Yeah.
lord.
Shardless
Pack
Agent.
was,
Whoa.
Pack was great.
And then you know what? What goes better?
Oh.
I mean, you can.
Blue-white control.
So Farseek
Yep.
helps your splash.
Right, that goes works great with Vigor.
The green card that
How
you're
many of the
splashing for
creatures
goes
do I
great
want
with
to
your
kill?
splash.
Right, one or all.
One of them or all of them?
Yeah, this is.
Approach the second sun is a win condition.
It's-
technically.
I'm excited to approach. Okay.
All right. Red herring.
Red herring.
Huh. That'll be a fun one.
His full name is Reginald Herring.
Reginald J. Herring.
Yep.
Here's a hilarious playtest card. This is Domesticated Mammoth. It's a 5/4 green 2-drop, but it enters the battlefield with a token copy of Pacifism attached to it. But if I get that and then I set it on the Grand Tour, it will come back.
With another token copy. of
Oh, is that?
Pacifism on it.
Oh, that's true.
Coat of Arms is in this
Linking
set?
it out is not good.
Yeah, I didn't realize Coat of Arms.
Did you
was
know
in this
though,
set. All
if
right.
you
Are
combine
you
that with doubling
Coat of Arms
season,
tribal?
Now we're
I
getting
don't
somewhere.
think I'm
enters
Coat of
we're
Arms
getting
tribal.
somewhere.
2 token copies of Pacifism on it.
I didn't realize
Well,
that
Blake.
stack of paperwork in the very next pack was a Mog Fanatic.
You could kill it.
Like that's kind of really good, right?
Oh, old
busted
school.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Blake, I am in Coat of Arms tribal.
This creature assigns combat damage as though it were 1997.
Cool. How come that wasn't just the text that you decided on for this, Matt?
That was on one of the cards for
Should
a while.
work.
I believe it was like a card that referenced an old version of Trample or something.
I don't understand this. Sorry, Blood Poet. Are these
Yes.
supposed to be? Are these supposed to be the spark counters?
So those are.
Is
so
that
you know
what's
how,
going on?
So you know how a Planeswalker has loyalty abilities?
Yeah.
This gives you Spark abilities.
And these are the spark abilities.
Those are the Spark.
Those are the
abilities
spark
that you
abilities.
can
Okay.
activate as long as Blood Poet is on the battlefield.
Okay.
Alternatively, Blood Poet is, in the specific instance where they say they should have sent a poet
Huh.
when, they're running a blood drive.
No.
That's what Blood Poet is.
You guys know I have to sit next to Steve?
Yeah, this is tough.
Are you okay?
like on a day-to-day basis.
All right. I'm gonna try the Blood
You're gonna
Poet.
try the
I'm gonna
Blood
try
Poet?
the Blood Poet. We'll see. I gave up a Mog Fanatic for it too.
Oh.
Should have sent a Blood
in your
In my red deck.
in your red deck.
Well, it's red and black.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can take it to Garrison.
Well, I've been looking at this Garrison. I can't tell if it's a playtest card or was this playtest?
Future Sight was the secret first mystery.
It wasn't a secret, Aaron.
Mark, what you needed to do was draft the Domesticated Mammoth, but then also take the Creeping Mold that was inside the same pack.
Oh, that's the answer. Okay.
Do I
To
have
get rid of
anything
the
with comes into
pacifism.
play abilities on it? I
That's
don't
the
think
answer.
so.
Thank you.
I don't. So
you're not bad.
I'm not cloud shifting. There you go.
Oh yes, this is.
Matt, is there anything in the set that refers to mana burn?
Is there
They-
anything in the set that refers to Mana Burn?
Yeah.
Thinking. I don't have Steve's spreadsheet in my head.
Steve, is there anything in the set that
Not
refers
that
to mana burn?
not that I've seen.
I don't believe so.
I've
Yeah.
not seen it.
There is like a world enchantment or something that says if you would add mana, instead all players
All
add
players
that
add
mana.
mana,
We had
yeah.
that passed
Yeah, we had that
around the
going
table.
around.
That was
Yeah.
going around the table before.
Yeah, but it doesn't refer to mana burn. So
We have some meeting we're supposed to be in later. We can actually just play this and not pay
Absolutely.
attention.
Well,
I'm pretty sure you could put
say
one of
so.
those
No,
on the
look, man,
calendar.
you'll be paying attention to something.
Sure, sounds good.
I found a creature with flash, by the way, going back to
Oh,
that
there you
conversation
go.
we had like a half
Fairy
hour ago.
Invaders.
That's a
right.
combo.
Fairy Invaders,
Yeah.
right?
That's
There
a
you go.
combo.
Yep.
I'm apparently drafting the Ravenous deck. I have both the Chupacabra and the Lucrocta.
Ooh.
Lucrocta? Which
Aren't
I'm
you-
pretty sure is an anagram of somebody's name.
Aren't you the guy who does pronunciation guides for us?
Lerocuta?
I think it's official now. He said it, so
He
that's
said it.
That's canon.
That is how it goes.
Lucrocta.
I really don't want this mana leak to get back,
It is Lucrocta, which is French
our
for
featured
the
drafter.
Crocta.
but it's going to, unless Steve takes it.
I can guarantee you it's not.
Can as we get close to the end, can anyone summarize their deck so far in a sentence?
Uh,
What are you working with?
blue. It's Esper.
Blue Esper, all right.
Blue Esper. That's
Esper.
that's just my life.
Blue, red, pyromancer.
Oh, okay.
I sure hope my opponent doesn't
young
overcommit
Pyromancer,
because I have lots of board wipes that they'll never see coming.
Do you have the Doom thing?
I do.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
I love that we've got someone in chat who's just letting it, who clearly either has it like the set memorized or has the spreadsheet open in front of them, just letting everyone know exactly what's in the set. So, for example, Chupacabra and whatever that other card are, they're the only 2 Ravenous cards in the set.
What?
Ravenous Trap and Ravenous Rat.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Well then, Steve, I bet you've got some good stuff in this pack. There's a Desperate Ravings coming back, a Wee Dragonauts.
Desperate Ravings came back? Wow.
Yeah.
So do Wee Dragonauts? That's crazy. I didn't expect. Well, I expected Wee Dragonauts to come back. I did not expect Desperate Ravings.
None
to
of
come
these
back.
cards go in my deck, so I'm gonna take that.
My friends, it is time to feed.
Ooh, is it? Yeah. I wanted to take so many cards from this pack. Like,
They all came back.
they all came back.
It's kind of all we do in R&D is eat lunch.
Right.
That's sort of the
Right,
crux
totally.
of who we are and
Totally.
what we do.
Yeah, I get it.
There's first lunch, there's second lunch.
Dark
Right.
Steel
There's
Gears.
pre-lunch.
I'm trying to
Lunch
remember
is
if this card
easily
was
one of the top 5 meals.
okay in draft back
Yes.
in Future Sight. Nobody knew what Future Sight draft was anyway. I don't know. I'll take it. We'll find out. It's an artifact. Goes with lands. I have both those things.
I've heard of those.
Heard of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to read Tempt with Discovery here.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on
There's
there.
a lot going on there. Do you want to read it out loud?
No.
No.
Okay.
For each. Okay.
So
got it.
yeah,
You just wanna
Tempt
read
with
a few
Discovery.
random
Tempt
words out loud?
Tempt with Discovery is a commander card that lets you search for lands and basically lets other people join in.
Okay, and then you.
You
Get
get
rewarded.
more than
Okay.
everybody else.
This card is just terrible. Pay 3 life and then flip a coin, and if you win the flip, you gain 6 life.
It's a fair deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a terrible card.
Totally fair.
It is also a 2/2 for 2 mana, so it does those things.
Desperate times.
Yep.
Desperate times.
Yeah.
That is a terrible,
Um,
terrible card.
So Riri70 is asking when the mystery booster will be available to the public. So there are 2 avenues to do mystery booster drafts. You can attend any Magic Fest and some conventions basically
Yeah,
next year.
PAX Unplugged is coming
PAX
up.
Unplugged is coming
Yeah.
up.
I'll be there. Join me.
Yep, most Magic Fests between now and the end of 2020. As you're asking if you'd like to draft this at home, there is a version coming to stores.
Wizards Play Network stores.
Wizards Play Network stores, March 13th.
Yeah.
That swaps out the playtest card for a foil.
And the foil is a completely new sheet of cards. that are
Completely
not
new,
currently in the set.
different sheet.
One that we know nothing about.
Correct.
Publicly, yes. Internally, I hope we know some
I
things
really
about
hope
it.
we know. Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Is this my last card?
It is.
All right.
All right.
Earth Elemental.
Congratulations.
Look at that. My last card
So
was
are
from
we
the first set.
building? Are we fielding questions?
So let's talk through. Let's start with Aaron. What are you working with?
I'm working with Higgins Draft Leavings.
How many blue-white
I didn't think
drafters
he
do
was
we have
white.
at this table?
I didn't think he was white because he took a blue card and a green card. So I started taking the white cards,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh, Reflector Mage." And I'm like, oh my god! And then the blue cards were coming the other direction.
Yeah, blue was phenomenally open. It felt like Impact.
I think it's
1
because we're all
and 2.
being very respectful to Blake.
I appreciate that. I drafted a blue-white deck.
I don't know what the heck Blake was thinking.
I have a blue-white deck. It dried up in the 3rd pack, I would say, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with where it's at. I got card draw, I got Elish Norn, I got Magus of the Moat, I got the Meddling Mage.
Yeah.
There's a Murder of Crows. I got the combo of Magus of the Moat and Cartouche of Knowledge, so that I can give my creatures flying.
That's a combo.
It is a combo.
You know, it's not often when someone who works in R&D for as long as I have, which is not as long as some of the people here, but pretty long, comes across a card that I swear I've never seen before. And in Mystery Boosters, most of those cards come from the Global Series.
Yep, fair.
So I have Ferocious,
Yeah.
Ferocious Zhang,
Okay.
which is a 4/4 vanilla for 4. It's not a super exciting card, but very solid. But a lot of the cards from the Jiang Yanggu and Mu Yanling decks that I've just never seen before.
Right.
They're
Nice.
really cool to come across them in draft.
Aaron, what are some of your individual card highlights?
I have this card, Coveted Jewel, from a Commander product, C18, which is a 6-mana artifact that when it comes into play, you draw 3 cards, and it taps for 3 mana of any one color. So it just sounds bananas.
Yeah, that's absurd.
But it has, whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks and I don't block, they get this and get to draw 3 cards. So we get to do this back and
Right.
forth,
Yeah.
theoretically, if I can't figure out how to stop you from attacking or sacrifice this to put it back in my hand. I also have the Caged Sun that Mark passed, and for those 2 6-mana artifacts, I have a Treasure Mage. So
Nice.
then I have this card, Coalition Honor Guard, which I took early. Just an absolute wrecking ball from the old Invasion block. It's a Flag Bearer.
Oh yeah.
That means any spell your opponent casts that can target a creature has to target that.
Yeah.
So all of their combat tricks are basically turned off. It's going to be fun to play with
I
that
believe
one
there
again.
was a playtest card in this set that references flag bearers. I think.
It actually makes
You
you,
are a
a
flag
flag
bearer.
bearer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
So if a player can be targeted, they must target you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Matt, what are some of your highlights?
So I started off kind of heavy elves, Llanowar Elves, Elvish Warrior, Ren's Run Vanquisher,
Nice.
a highlight. 1G 3/3 as an additional cost, 3/3 Death Touch. Additional cost, you either reveal another elf card from your hand or pay 3. Picked up a Wild Mongrel, so I've got a green-black thing going on. Some good black removal came my way in packs 2 and 3. Murder, Seal of Doom, Deadly Tempest from C15.
What does Deadly
Deadly
Tempest do?
Tempest?
Deadly Tempest.
Do I not know this card exists? How do I not know this card
It's a
exists?
commander card.
How do you not
That's
own?
why.
It's a commander card.
Okay, can I have that after we're
Yes,
done?
absolutely.
My daughter's name is Tempest.
Uh,
and I try to
oh,
all the
that's
time.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Wait, how do you not know this card?
I was wondering why- oh,
How do you not know the original
okay.
art to this?
Deadly
The art is kind of gloomy, so I don't know if
That's all
I
right.
give it its present.
She's 13 now, so it matches.
She's
4 BB sorcery. Destroy all creatures. Each player loses life equal to the number of creatures they controlled that were destroyed this way.
okay.
Okay. All right.
So as long as your opponents don't see it coming, which seems so unlikely.
How
in this
unlikely
environment.
is it, Matt?
It's so unlikely.
I'm just never going to play any creatures against you. How about that?
Haha.
Got there.
All right, Elaine, you shifted to Perforos
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah, I did. And unfortunately, my devotion is not as strong as I wanted it to be. Like I'm to the point where I'm tempted to put Earth Elemental in just to get the
It's a
the
4/5.
the extra red, you know, to kind of get in there. I do have a bunch of good black and red kind of removal and some good quick creatures and things. I realized, by the way, that this plagued Raskalka is really good also with that. The damage uses the stack thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like the Mog Fanatic.
It is like the Mog Fanatic, which I didn't come back to me, so I don't know who took it. Who took my
Who
Mog
I may or may
Fanatic?
not have
Fanatic.
taken Mog Fanatic
Thanks,
because
Steve.
I'm playing blue-red spells, tribal.
I've got the flunkies though. They're supposed to be friends.
They are supposed to be friends. I have this Goblin War Chief though, who I think would also be friends with the Mog Fanatic
And
the
the
Skirk
flunky.
Prospector and the Flunky. So they're all friends.
All right.
All right, well, Steve, what do you got going on? What are your highlights?
My highlights are my first pick, Lightning Bolt. Love me some Lightning Bolt. Young Pyromancer, Kiln Fiend, and We Dragonauts, both of them. I also have this card from Lorwyn, Dolmen Gate.
Nice.
Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got this coat of arms along with Blades of Velasvel and Tauren Mauler.
which either are changelings or grant changeling
Yes, exactly.
and make them all creature types.
Yes. so-
Attack with no fear, young Steve.
Indeed,
Attack with no
indeed.
fear.
I had that
So-
Dolmen's Gate in one of my flights. And
Yeah.
it is quite choice.
It seems pretty powerful in a
Yeah.
deck that wants to attack with 1/1 tokens and just keep those tokens around. Could be pretty interesting. I also hilariously have this Emrakul's Hatcher, which puts 3/0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield, which is also a combo with Coat of Arms.
You mean 3/4 Eldrazi
Yes,
spawn
3/4 Eldrazi spawn tokens. So I think this deck can do some pretty ridiculous things. I've always liked Young Pyromancer. I liked Young Pyromancer when I could play that card and then the next turn keep up Mana Leak to be like, nope, you don't get to play your spell and I get a 1/1. It's happening. So it's certainly interesting. We'll see We may see how it plays later, Blake. I don't know. I think
we definitely will be seeing how it plays later.
Yeah, I think that if you play Elish Norn, that I just lose the game. So
I think it kills
pretty cool.
all of your creatures.
No, we Dragonauts.
Oh,
lives.
we Dragonauts is
We
a
Dragonauts
1/3.
lives.
Yeah, and Emrakul's Hatcher.
Evercool's Hatcher lives. And if I have a Coat of Arms on the board, actually, maybe more things live.
Maybe. So my highlights, I got Elish Norn. I got a Magus of the Moat and a bunch of flyers.
Yeah, I passed
so
that to you.
I appreciated
You're
that. It was really nice. It was
You're
my
welcome.
second pick after Elish Norn. And I got a bunch of flyers. I got a Mimic Vat. I have a Lab Maniac just in case because I also have a bunch of card draw. Sort of the Animus to go on all my flyers and deck me even more for Lab Maniac. And I got the Meddling Mage. And thank you all for building your decks face up.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
I was going to build it face down, but
It's-
it would have been a lot harder. You know, just being like, okay, well, I think this card
In
is
the
this
dark,
one.
name
Yeah.
young Pyromancer on the play against
More
Steve.
sealed, less fun.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But can I just say, I need to make
Yep.
4 cuts for my deck, and I'm cutting Blastoderm.
Okay.
And younger me is horrified right now.
Current
Yeah.
me is horrified right now. If that's what you're cutting, I'm extremely horrified.
At what's in the rest of the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mark. What do you have going
Yeah,
on
I'll show
over
you.
there?
For science, so I've left it all up, but there's kind of, I think this could go 2 ways. Plan A is counters, yeah, so it's like Vigor and Deep Glow and Stunt Double and just trying to grow these things. Maybe get a big Slither Blade.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Plan B is like Blue-White Control, where it's like a approach from the second sun, and then you just like Deep Analysis, Mind Spring, trying to race to get that buying time with Reflector Mage, Choking Tethers, that kind of stuff. Chillbringer. So
You can compelling argument yourself, I believe. Build the top view cards
yeah,
in your deck.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could compelling my argument my way right back to the approach. So yeah, it could be like a transformative main board. I'd probably just go blue-white and give up on the Vigor Dream, but we'll see.
Okay.
Nice. Any other questions from our
Yeah.
studio audience?
Couple questions. Are there going to be foils in this version of this, in the convention booster?
Yeah, so there's no foils anywhere in the convention version.
Yep.
All the cards come in one version into the version that you see here. And then in the main version, or the other version, the non-convention version, you will always get a foil, and it's from the special foil sheet.
So
it's a
none of
different-
the cards
none of
that
the cards
you
you
see
see here.
Even more cards are in the
Right,
set.
it's a totally different sheet, which are
Are there all kinds of
unannounced.
rarities on that sheet? Like
Yes.
it can be any.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, there's rares, there's
Alright.
mythics, there's uncommons, and so you'll get those instead of the playtest cards.
And those cards are equal rarity?
Yep.
With
Yes,
the
they all drop at equal rarity.
Yep.
So how many rares could you get, or rares and mythics, in one pack?
Oh, that's a good question.
3.
I believe the answer is 3.
Yes, if you get the foil rare, you can get 2 rares here.
The old frame. So we had a
Right.
couple packs.
Yep.
We had several packs here that were double rare packs,
Yeah. So
and
you,
it was
so, you,
because
so you could get the rare mythic in the rare mythic slot. If
Yep.
You will.
Yep.
One in the old frame slot.
Yep.
Yep.
And one in the foil slot.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So Matt, I've been meaning
Hi.
to ask you this. So you're familiar with the silver bordered unhinged card toy boat, correct?
Yes.
I'm wondering, I know that this was a Black Border product, but why did we
Yes.
not put Toy Boat into the set so that we could say it could be anything, it could even be a boat, and have that be true?
And what's even great is you can take Toy Boat, animate it,
Yeah.
so it's a creature.
Exactly.
Give it flying.
Yeah.
Maybe with a flying counter.
And would it be some kind of sky
Sky
boat?
boat.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
it'd totally be
interesting.
Sky Boat.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers the 1980s cartoon series.
Of course.
Sky Boat.
Sky Boat.
nobody,
yeah.
nobody remembers.
No, of
nobody
course.
knows
Not one
what
of
you
us.
were
You guys
talking
not-
about.
Did they not know?
Zero
Like,
people in
it's
chat
crazy.
I don't-
understand what
Look
you're
this
talking
up.
Look it
I
up.
don't know
It's
Sky
real.
Boat.
Yeah.
So,
Here's the thing. I'm too old. To
See,
so we've gotten a couple questions
It
in
was
a
like
little
SWAT
chat.
cats.
Came on after Kissy Fur, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you guys are the worst. So, we've had some questions. Some people in chat have answered, but it'd be helpful to hear from us too. How can you identify that these cards came from Mystery Booster and
Yeah.
aren't the original printing?
that is a very good
Yeah.
So
question.
there are two very easy
actually-
ways to do this.
Actually, Sean, could you throw up a test card? Let's make it, say, Mana Abundance, or whatever test card is on.
Any card.
Any test card that's up.
The primary way to tell if your card comes from a mystery booster is that Steve Sanu is standing behind you,
Oh, it's not on there.
giving you interesting facts about mystery booster.
Yeah,
That
no,
helps.
That's true.
If that is happening, you almost assuredly have just
Okay,
opened a
so
mystery
if you
booster.
get one of these, you've opened a mystery booster.
Yes.
Just
It should
saying.
be. It should
But
be on
that,
there.
So I thought it would be on there. It should be on there. At the bottom left-hand corner.
Did you literally find the
Well,
one that it wasn't?
No, I
No,
think
no,
so.
I
Oh,
think the
okay.
digital
Got
representation.
it.
should
Okay.
actually
Okay.
have it.
We're doing it live, kids.
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
So if we go to let's go to Mark's drop
Over the shoulder
zoom in.
camera.
Over the shoulder.
There
There you
you
go.
go.
So
There
you
you
see
go.
that planeswalker symbol in the bottom left-hand corner of the card. Every card in Mystery Booster, including the test cards, have that planeswalker symbol in the bottom left-hand corner.
Even the old frame ones, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Steve, we've been notified, and I don't know why your brain spreadsheet didn't have this. Ghost Ship is in the set.
Yes.
Oh,
That's true.
That's
so
a
it could,
boat.
That's a
it-
boat.
that is our
could be
sky
a
boat.
That is the
homage.
sky
It
boat
is a
homage. There you go.
skyboat.
It's
Doesn't
a
it
skyboat.
fly?
It does. Ghost Ship has flying.
Yes.
I actually never saw a ghost ship when I played this past week. So.
It regenerates just like it did in the 1992 revival.
Oh my God, that's
Skyboat
right.
Returns.
Yes, that's true.
I'm pretty
Wasn't
sure
that the made for TV
yeah.
animated film?
All right,
Available
chat, we
now
only
on
have a
VHS.
couple
Yeah.
minutes left, so if you have any questions, put them in chat.
Especially about
Oh,
Skyboat.
I did want to call out, by the way,
Yes.
that there is a card in here that talks about decks that were in the last winning Mythic
Championship,
deck.
yes.
Yeah.
Metagamer.
So, metagamer. So if you're
Yes.
playing metagamer, right, out there, Oko costs 2.
Oh,
Just-
no,
oh,
costs
sorry.
4.
More.
More.
Oh,
It's
it costs
more.
4. It's
Oh, I thought it
anti.
cost less.
No,
No.
it's anti the winning.
You're
deck.
you're metagaming
Oh.
against
Oh,
the
all right.
winning
Well,
deck.
that's better.
Yeah.
It hates
better.
against
It makes-
Oko,
it
which
makes
really
Oko
puts it
better.
in the minority.
All right.
Because we love Oko.
Right here.
He's our friend.
Yeah.
Look at him.
So let's see.
Awkward pause.
Awkward pause.
Awkward
Yeah, okay, we're
post-over
moving on from that.
pause.
A couple other questions. Are these decks actually going to get played? Yeah, Steve and I will find some time later.
We are going to play these.
Yeah.
It is going to be off camera.
Yes.
however.
It is going to be
Because
off
we don't,
camera.
We don't
yeah.
have time to jam
We're,
games.
we're about out of
We're
time.
Aaron's Twitter will no doubt have the results. At least his matches.
Is there an actual piece of paper glued on the test card? No, they're
No.
just printed to look like that.
No.
Now, actual R&D play test cards also no longer have the sticker, right?
Right.
You guys used to, but you moved away from that.
Yeah, our real play test cards used to look a lot like this, and this was an actual sticker applied.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, not too long ago, we got this like breakthrough technology where we can just print out of a printer cards. So they have a magic back, and then they're just printed clean on the front.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot less time with like all the greatest
You guys
minds in
used to
game
have, like,
design.
an intern
putting
just, like,
stickers
There used to
on
be
things.
somebody's
Yeah.
No, it's Mark
job
Rosewater.
who
He
was
spent
a
all day.
full-time job to have to sticker all the cards. So here's the funny thing. So I played in this on the first flight on last Thursday, and I knew that the boosters existed, but I made sure nobody told me anything about
Yeah.
them. So I had no clue it was in it. So I opened the first pack and I see the playtest card, and I go, "What the hell did we do?" And the first thing I did was go like this with my thumb.
Like, did
to
we
see if it was
accidentally put some of these in? Yeah.
to see if it was, like, we actually sticker these things? Like, that must have been expensive. Like, are they hand stickered? But no, there's
so
no-
to people don't realize, like,
in one
in
sense,
R&D,
yes, Elaine. In another truer sense, no.
no.
like we play a lot of Magic in R&D. There's a lot of playtests that go on all the time. So when we had the bigger playtests, people don't realize like we would have sticker parties where like 4 to 12 of us would be sitting around a table, make
Party.
stickering playtest
Right.
cards.
Yeah.
And it was really a great use of everyone's time. And I'm glad we don't do that
Hands would get
anymore.
covered in toner.
Yes.
Those were
good
the
times.
days.
Good
Those were the
times.
days.
All right, I do want to answer a couple quick questions.
Yeah,
We're
hit us
just
up.
about out of time. So are these booster boxes available for sale? Not yet. So and actually, the convention edition will not be available for sale. It will only be playable at
In
conventions.
fact, it says
at
on it.
MagicFest.
It says on it, not,
Not
for
for
Not
resale.
for
Sale.
resale.
Right there.
There will be a version on sale on starting March 13th at WPN members, local game stores. That is slightly different. The playtest cards are replaced with foils, but otherwise still super random, still all kinds of things you can do with it. So I want to thank you guys for joining us for this draft.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
really had
Yeah.
to twist legs and,
Yeah.
and force you guys to get in here, but I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to tune in this weekend for, I always do this, for MPL Weekly.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Our show is weekly,
MTG.
MPL Weekly. We've got a little promo coming up after this to give you a little taste of what's to come. Otherwise, we will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, Cedric.
Hey, Becca.
What's the most fun anyone could possibly have watching Magic on a Saturday afternoon?
Well, hanging out with us, watching the MPL. What do you think?
I think that's exactly right, Cedric. So what should people do, Becca?
They should go to twitch.tv/magic. Saturdays.
Magic!
Yeah!
Nailed it.